Now let's talk about this crisis that we're going through. And all these people that are saying, it's because of this, it's because of this, it's because of that. What a load of bollocks. Now, for them that's been on here and watched some of my videos on here, I said months ago that I was told about this guy who'd come to see me, and he had told me about this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And all these things that he's told me have pretty much come true. At the end of last year, this guy turned around to me and said, look, fuel's going to go to over £2 a litre. I'm like, what? Yeah, it did. £2.09 per litre. Right? Why? Why? Now, and the people say, oh, it's this, it's that. No. When we was in lockdown, there was less diesel and less fuel being used. Let's get that clear. We was all housebound, we were all on tag, and nobody could go out. And that's the way that the government want. That's how the government want you to be. They want you to be in your home and not go anywhere. And it's like I've said before in the past, and I strongly believe in this, the UK, England, is not one country anymore. And I'm not talking about Wales and Scotland. Let's forget them. Let's talk about England. It's not one country anymore. And no doubt this will get knocked down off this channel as well. It's two. You've got London, that's one country, and then you've got us, or spread around the rest of the country, which is another country. All your rules and regulations and everything starts in London. It's the way it is. Where's all the money? London. So all this excess fuel that they'd saved up over these 2 years when we was on lockdown, bear in mind that we was all at home using more electric, more gas, more internet, you name it, we used it. All this diesel was in these containers, all these fueling plants all over the country, all over the world, turn into jelly. So what better way than to get rid of it is to tell everybody there's a shortage of fuel. And the first thing that people do, and I've seen it firsthand for myself and we've all seen it, they rush out and they panic buy all this diesel. And they fill the cars up with all this diesel. And I've had more people come to me and people I know, mechanics and everything going, these cars are blocking up with diesel. They're pulling the filters, the fuel filters out of these diesel cars and they're blocked up with jelly. Because the diesel turns to jelly. Everybody knows that in the motor trade, if you store diesel, it turns to jelly. It's the way it is. So what a better way to do with it? Scaremonger everybody. Everybody goes and panic buys. It's all in your cars. They've sold it. Everybody's happy. Shell's happy. 9 million they've made on the first quarter of this year. Hey, the best they've done in 9 years or 10 years or something like that they've done. And there's a fuel crisis? Really? We're paying 4 times too much for our electric. 4 times too much. Why are we paying 4 times the cost of what the electric should be to you in your home? Why? Of course they're going to charge you, put it to 4 times. There's no reason for putting it up 4 times. We've got plenty of electric at this moment in time, right? But everybody's going out and buying electric heaters, electric cookers, electric rings, and keeping away from the gas, because the gas has gone pathetically stupid price. Although the gas companies have made a hell of a lot of money in the first quarter of this year, right? Now, there's plenty of gas. You know, there's no storage. We haven't got the facilities in this country to store gas. That's a given. Everybody knows that. It's being talked about now. Everybody's saying, well, we should be storing more gas. Where? Where do we store this gas? Now we're bringing gas in from America. Americans are giving us their gas and bringing it over and we're getting it. But we can't fill our storage up because there's nowhere to put it. So they put the price of gas up, even though these gas companies are making millions and billions of pounds per year profit from people like me and you that needs to put the gas on. Fuck them. Don't put your gas on. Do not use your gas. I'm not using mine. Yes, it's summer. Yes, it's hot. I'm not having my heating on. Don't use it. Don't panic. I'll explain what they're trying to do to you, right? But at the same time, the government is giving all these local councils all this money right? I'll never get all this money. And everybody's going to get 150 quid knocked off the council tax or a grant from the council or whatever you want to fucking call it, given a little gift, 150 quid. So they're all going to get 150 quid. Now, there's some people out there, such as myself, right, that didn't realise that I had to apply for that £150 to my local council. I didn't realise I had to do that. I thought it was a given that every household all of a sudden would get contacted by them, which they was told that the councils was going to do. Contact you and say, how do you want your money? Now, them that's paying by direct debit and things like that, I've had it put straight into their accounts. But the other people, again, such as myself, have had to go online and fill in all these forms to get the 150 quid. Now, fair enough, I got it within 5 days. I'm happy about it, went into my bank and all the rest of it. Now, my local council is very slow on letting people know that they are eligible to this 150 quid. So I've been going online and telling everybody, if you've not had your £150, get onto your local council website, get your forms filled in and get your £150 because it's sat in their bank account. Now, my local council, because I know a lot of people tell me a lot of stuff, and I'm not going mad, right? They've made £10,000 interest on the money that they've got sat in that bank account, what they've not given out yet. £10,000 interest. What are they going to do with that £10,000? Do you think that that council is going to give that £10,000 to the food banks or whatever? Of course they're not going to do that, right? That'll pay for their heating. That'll pay for what they want down there. That'll keep their employers warm in winter. Okay? That'll keep them fed. That'll keep their coffee machines going. No. We want that 10,000 pack put back into your district. If you've made interest on that money that you should have given to people, we want that put into our communities. £10,000. Get that put back into this community. Why is it that churches are now opening their doors up for people to go to be fed and kept warm? And they're going to do it in October onwards through winter. Give it to the churches. Give it enough. I'm not going to waffle on about that. But if you've not applied for your 150 quid, apply for your £150. It's a given. You've got to. 650 nicker that certain people is going to get. You've already had 326 quid. I know for a fact that them at the backs have 326 quid because they've all been drugged out their brains. They've all been pissed out their brains. I showed my missus a video on my CCTV the other day where one of them come down my street and stopped and started rubbing a post. He was that fucking high on drugs. They're loving this drugs money. Look, it's not a gift. They're giving you this money to help you out. You've got to think with your barnet how you're going to spend that money. Do not top your electric and gas up. Go fuck them. Do not do that. Fill your cupboards with food. Buy your essential things that you're going to need. And I don't mean now, I mean what you're going to need over the next few months, because we're looking at 15 months to 2 years of this shit, right? So I'm buying online, bulk buying online, toothpaste online, shampoo, I don't need that. I'm bulk buying toilet rolls, toothpaste, food, cleaning materials, washing up liquid, anything that I know that I'm going to be needing over the next few months. Giving me, hopefully, I'm paying all my debts off, all my small little debts that I can pay off, the council tax and all these others, trying to get it all gone. Get rid of it all. So, stock your tins up, stock your dry food up, get all your essential needs, what you think you're going to need. Your toilet rolls, your toothpastes, your soaps, your washing up liquid, your cleaning materials, socks, pants, clothing, new quilts, warmer quilts, hot water bottles. Get them now. Get them now. Don't wait till winter and think, shit, I'm cold, I need a hot water bottle. Leave your money, get rid of your money now and spend it on the things you're going to need. When we get to a bad winter, you then have that little bit extra in your money, what you're getting each week or each month. You then have that little bit more to help you through with your heating and your essential foods that you've missed out on or that you need. It's a given. Why aren't people doing this? Why are people blowing it? The amount of people that I know who's gone to the pub, who's having all these things, they're takeaways. This street's like takeaway street anyway. Saturday night is just fucking bedlam. We can have 2 or 3 cars going to the same house with different menus. But think about what you're doing and budget for budget for winter. No, just budget for now. Tin stuff. It's been said over the last few days that they put Aldi and all these other shops and all the rest of it are pulling tins off the shelves because nobody's buying it because it's too expensive. Buy. Stock your cupboards up now. And I'm not scaremongering. You are going to be in the shit. Because you're going to, when you get to winter, you're going to be paying. In October, it's going to go up again. They've already said it's going to be up to $4,000 next year. Fuck them. When it gets to winter, put your coats on, put your jumpers on, put your hat on and keep your fucking heating down. They've double sixers on the electric because they know that people out there is going to lock themselves in one room and put an electric heater on. So they're keeping the cost up of 4 times what we should be paying. 4 times. What's with all these farmers' fields with solar panels in? What's with all these houses with solar panels in? What's with all these rivers and lakes now that's got solar panels in? We're supposed to be going green. Why are we paying so much more money for electric when we shouldn't be? What is the government playing at? All right? I come on here months ago and said, an amount of people that come up to me and says, oh, electric's going to go off. And you've all seen it. I've said it. Of course it's going to go off. And now, over the last 7 days or something, all these people are shouting and spouting going, you do realise electric's going to start going off at Christmas. Through the winter period, round about Christmas and all the rest of it, your electric's going to go off. Why is it going to go off? Because everybody's going to be locking themselves in one room with an electric heater on. And you know yourself, if you put all your electric on, your fuses blow. It's a given, right? So this is what people's going to do. They're going to lock themselves in the front room. They're going to lock themselves in the bedroom with the TV and the snacks and all the rest of it, with a thermos, with electric heater going, because it's cheaper than the gas, so they're not heating the rest of the house up, and the electric's going to go down. It's a fact. It's a given. It's already started shutting down in certain places. Then you've got these water companies shouting and spouting going, fuck, it's a bit few hot days, and all of a sudden there's no water. And yet they're spouting at that, there's all these leaks popping up, right? All over the country. The lakes are draining off and all this and other. What about Spain and France and places like that? You never get an hose pipe bomb in all these hot places around the world. Why? Why? We don't manage our water. We don't manage our gas. We don't manage our electric. This is not a shortage of anything. This is a bad management system that we've got in this country. 100%. Why are we not storing more gas? Why are we not storing more electricity? Why are we not storing more water? And incidentally, for the people out there, and I've helped more people out with this over the last God knows how many months, I've lost count of how many people. If you're earning under £12,000 a year, get in touch with your water company and get your bill reduced. Get your water bill reduced. I know somebody who was paying £60 a month and they're paying 22 now. I know people that was paying £30 a month and they're paying 12. It is there. If you're under 12k a year, you can ask for your water to be cut down. The cost of your water to be put down. Yes, you may have to have a meter. I'm using less on my meter than what I'm actually paying. I'm actually well in credit. They won't even let me pay for the rest of the money that I owe them for this year. Everybody on this street's had new water meters in on the street. We initially had one under a sink, but we've now got one on the street. Every house has had them all put on the street. So, my bill, I'm hardly using any water. I don't use it. Simple as. I wash a couple of washes a week and a few pots and a few showers and that's it. Get in touch with your water company. That's your first thing. Get in touch with your council if you're struggling. Get in touch with your local council if you're struggling for food or your heating. There are grants out there for people that are struggling, okay? There are food banks out there where you can be given a ticket to go to a food bank and get food. There is people working for the council that will follow it through to the county council that will give you a grant to help you survive. People are not being told about this. I only knew because my missus' sister worked for them. You can get £49 a month or one-off payment, it may continue over the month depending on your circumstances, a £49 barcode, PayPoint barcode sent to your phone to help you with your heating. And you just take it into your local PayPoint, you show them that, and they top your card up for 49 quid, either your gas or electric. I suggest you go electric. You can get food vouchers, even when you're on your own. If you're struggling, you can get, I'm struggling, I've had one, 50 quid. For Aldi, Asda or anywhere like that. Get them, they are there. But unless you ask for them and you meet the criteria, they're not going to tell you about these little schemes. Get it done, get it sorted. Theories behind all this. This has got nothing to do with Ukraine. This has got absolutely fuck all to do with Ukraine. Yes, Russia's turning the gas pipes off. Why have we not got enough gas? Why are we not storing it? We're shipping it in from America now. So we've got enough. We'll have enough. It's just greed. And I'll explain the greed behind this as well. Brexit. What the fuck has this got to do with Brexit? I've had people coming up to me going, it's Brexit, they're queuing at the borders. Look, why? This is our country. You should be showing your passports when you're coming and going, right? If you're that bothered, right, about showing you, go to fucking France, pay 3.5 grand and come over on a dinghy. You'll get 36k a year, which is probably better, more money than what you're on now. So pay for 3.5 grand, come over on a dinghy. They're all over Twitter. And TikTok and everywhere else. There's numbers on there. Ring the number, book a boat, come over on that boat, because I thought about it myself. Come over on that boat, you'll get a hotel. You'll get the cost to the government and the cost to you is 36k a year. You'll get a brand new phone. You'll be in a hotel, most have got swimming pools and gyms, by the way. You'll get 3 meals a day. You'll get clothed. Internet, TV, they are better tread than some of our pensioners and low-income families in this country. And I don't want to be talking races. That's the facts. I'm not making any of this up. That's the facts. They are better treated than people that's paying taxes all their life, the pensioners and all these low-income families and people that can't work, better. I've done that before. 36k a year they're all costing us. And some of these people in this country are not even getting 12k. So, the government needs a right kick up the arse because they can't see at the end to the end of the nose, can they? 10 years ago, we had a census sent round to everybody's house. £400 million the census is going to cost this year. 400 million. So in the next few days, you'll get a letter from the census people giving you a nice swish bag as a gift. Costs money. The stamp, the cost of that envelope coming to you, another £1.35 to 28 million homes in this country. 28 million. So you're going to pay £1.31 to post you this letter. You get a nice little goodie bag and you get a £10 e-voucher if you fill it in online. £400 million. For the government to know your business, to know everything about your fucking life, to know how many bedrooms you've got, and 400 million. Why don't they give that £400 million to people that need it? Why? Why is the government all of a sudden in the middle of this decided they want to do a census and find out how many times you go for a shit every day? Give the fucking money to the people that need that money. Give it to the pensioners. What's the wrong? If you're going to give £400 million away, give it to them who need the money to keep warm and survive. How many pensioners are going to die this year? How many needy and sick people are going to die through winter? Is the NHS going to be in crisis? Of course it fucking is. What's the best thing to do? Stop at home and freeze and starve to death, or end up in hospital and be fed and watered and all the rest of it? Because that's the mindset of what some people's going to do. Just play the system and they will do it. It's a given. That's the way people are in this country. They'll play the fucking system. Can you blame them? Can you fault them? Of course you can't. The amount of pensioners I've got surrounding me that's struggling. You knock on a door and ask if you want to go for, and you go and buy them food. They think you're trying to scam them. You can't approach people like you could do years ago unless they're on the same street and you know them well. They're going to die from starvation. They're going to be that cold in their homes that they won't want to move. They will not move from their beds. They will not move from their settee, and they will not get up to drink, eat, or anything, and they will die. £400 million could stop that. I don't want to preach and I don't want to sound like some sort of fucking politician, but it's going to happen. It's a given. Last winter, I never had my heating on. I couldn't afford it. I'm on my arse for money, and everybody knows that. The people come to my house going, oh, your ass is fucking freezing. I would sooner sit on this settee with gloves and a coat on, right, than warm my house up. And that's how it was last winter. So this winter is going to be no fucking different to last winter for me. Apart from the fact, hopefully, I'll be able to store my cupboards up and I will have food. And I know what it's like to be cold. God knows how they're going to feel. £70 billion. £70 billion COVID cost this country. That's the figure that's popping out all over the place. £70 billion. Why do you think the government is not getting a grip of all this? Why? And this is not just my theory, this is everybody's theory who I've been talking to, and all the people that know. And this guy who's been giving me all this information, and everything he's told me is forgiven. He's told me that water's going to be, the pressure's gone down, mine has. He's told me there's going to be a shortage of water. He's told me the fuel prices are going to go up. He's told me the energy prices are going to go up. We are paying four times too much money for electric. Everybody's been going around telling you, well, you're mad. It'll never happen. It'll never go above £2 a litre. I was saying this last year. Telling my lad to fill your cars up, fill some drums up with petrol, do this, do that. Telling everybody, fill your cars up now while it's cheap. Hold on. Do not fill your cars up yet. The price will come down. It will come down over the next few weeks. It will drop. A massive drop. You're going to go below 160. So hold on. Put in what you need and do not put anything extra in. £70 billion. The government's loving this. The government is loving this, and this is where my last video got took down. The cost of living's gone up. We are all paying more for our energy. We're all paying more for our food. We are all paying more for our clothes. I went shopping with my missus last week, and in the bottom of her bag there was a receipt for £100 what she'd bought from Aldi. She did exactly the same shop. I said, look, do exactly the same shop as what's on that receipt and let's just see what the difference is. Go on, do it and let's just see. Yes, there's cakes on the air, extra dog food and all this, that and the other. What she don't pay for dog food, she buys extra dog stuff and stuff like that. Cakes and all these little things and bottles of wine. So she copied exactly what was on that receipt. £45 more on a £100 shop 2 years ago in the receipt. £45. So how's the cost of living gone up by 9%? When her food, exactly the same, had gone up by £45. It's an uplift of 45 quid. We're being lied to. We're being lied to. And the reason we're being lied to, because all this food's gone up in price, and all the VAT, all these 20% they're getting on a pound and all the rest of it, 20p in every pound and £20 in every £100. Yes, a lot of food is not vatable, but what about you know, all these other things like your fuel, you're putting more cost of more fuel going in, the VAT on fuel. What's the VAT on fuel? 40, 50 pence on a litre? They are wanting stuff to go up. They are wanting electrical goods to go up. They are wanting car parks to go up. Wood, building materials, everything's gone through the fucking roof. They're happy. Can you not understand that? Look, a piece of CLS was £3. VAT on that, 60p. It's 6, 7 quid now. 6 or 7 quid for the same piece of wood you could buy 2 years ago for 3 is now 6, 7 quid. So they're paying more VAT on it. And where's that money going? To the government. They're clawing back the £70 billion that people on furlough and the misuse of money, what they've done on all the shit that they bought, and all the paying all these companies that half of them own anyway, right? And paint it in, right? You know, and all this stuff, what they've got, all these COVID injections, what they've been, oh, it's just a mess. They're clawing all that money back. And who's paying for it? You. You are paying for it every time you go to the shop and buy more. Every time you go and buy a mug for £1 or £2 last year, now it's £5. Anything that you buy now, you are paying more VAT on. And that VAT goes straight back to the government. So when you sit there and think, oh, great, 600 and something quid to help us, how much are they making? I don't know the figures yet, but I'm going to fucking find out. And how much more tax and all that lot is this government getting than what they got 2 years ago when we all got put on furlough and we all got locked down. We all got tagged not to go out of our homes. Because that's basically what they've done. They've tagged us all. They want us tagged. There's a scheme they want to bring out and give people £1,500 a month to stop at home. That's the next thing. Remember where you heard that one? Because everybody's going, oh, you're mad. Of course they will. When furlough was on, all these office staff were working at home. Right? The cost of their buildings went down. You know, it's like the county council. Nobody was in there. Nobody was in the council. There was the security and a few workers, and that was it. Everything was on shutdown. And a lot of these people that was working from home, right, was never given any more money for using the stuff at home. Oh, you can work from home, we'll give you wages, but you can go on a computer at home. Basically, how much do these councils save by not heating that building? How much do they save on electric? How much do they save on this, that, and all the rest of it? Right? And why are there's such a mismanagement of money in this country that's put us into this crisis? Why doesn't the government take a grip now and stop pissing about, right? And stop doing these useless censuses that nobody really wants to know. Cut the wages of these hierarchy. Why do we need 20 managers in a hospital? Oh, you need to see your supervisor, your deputy supervisor, your ward supervisor. What the fuck is all that about, really? Why? Do we really need all these managers? Do we need a manager and another manager and an area manager? Do we need a headmistress and a fucking CEO and all the rest of it? Do we fuck? Get rid of them. Cut them down. Get that money back in the pot, in the government pot, and give it to the people who fucking need it. Give it to the homeless and give it to the pensioners and give it to people. They've just built a cycle lane not too far from me that's probably cost, God knows, £500,000. And it's fucking lathered with potholes around the next street. Where's the mentality in this? Where's the mentality in the fucking government and the councils and the county councils? I put a fucking cycle lane in. If you're that fucking scared to ride on a road, ride on the fucking pavement. Right? £500,000 doesn't cut it for me. And then you've got the mismanaged county council that's got a bus lane in the middle of Nottingham that they didn't have planning permission, because the planning permission lacked from central government. They fined people for using it £700,000 in 6 months, I think the figures were, or around about that, and had to give all that money back because they didn't have planning permission on the fucking bus lane in the first place. What the fuck? But my argument is £700,000 on a bus lane in 6 months? Really? Where's that money gone? Where the fuck is it? Well, they're getting them back now, but where all this money they're making from all these fines, it's not going on your roads. Why is it not going on your roads? Because it's bullshit. Government fucking tricks again. And then you don't find it funny. All these MPs are all there pointing the fingers in their holes, sticking the fingers in their holes, and all the rest of it going, we're going to do something about this pothole. Yeah, go to fucking B&Q, buy a bag of fucking tarmac, 6 or 7 quid, right? Go to that hole, Mr. fucking MP, pour it in and jump up and down in it with your fucking weight and pant it down. Job good. Now, if a few more MPs put their money into something like that, right, and then fuck off home and eat your 30 pence a meal that you can cook, right, that's more interesting and more, you're going to get more votes from people doing that. Get a trailer, get a pickup, get some tarmac and go and fill a few of these fucking holes in. You'll get a lamb salt more credit than standing there going, oh, there's a fucking hole and nobody's doing nothing about it. Rant over. But don't believe what you're being told, because it's all bullshit. I don't think it's going to get any better, because it's not. And if you're getting these help things, they're not to get you pissed. They're not for your takeaways. They're for you to stock your cupboards up, to get ready for winter, because we are now at war. We are now at war. This has not been like this since the 60s. This is going to be like wartime. There's already said there's going to be a shortage of eggs and chickens and all the fucking rest of it. God bless. You read into this what you want to read into it. But trust me, if you don't act now and you don't store your cupboards up, you're fucked. I tell you that now. When it gets to winter, you'll be fucked because you will have to choose between eating and heating. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're buying. Stock up on all your goods. I've got a gas cooker, a little gas camping cooker. I stocked up with gas canisters. The more you buy, the cheaper they are. Don't buy them from, you can go to Alpha's now and buy a camping cooker for 15 quid. You can go on eBay and buy the cans for $1.50 a can. If you buy more, you can get them for £1. Get it. Get yourself a gas cooker. Get yourself a kettle what you can stick on it. I know people that's already using it to boil water and kettles and cooking. They're having nothing to do with the gas. They're not putting the gas on for heating. They're not cooking with the gas. They're using their aqua fryers or whatever they're using. Do it. Because if you don't help yourself, nobody's going to help you. And if nothing else, the government, what I've just told you, proves that the government's not going to help you. Not when they're spending £400 million, 400 million, to send a letter to your house asking how many times you shit and how many bedrooms you've got and all the rest of it. Why do they need to know that now? Why can't they wait 2 years when the money's there to do it with? Give that money to the people that need it. Stop pissing in the wind. It's not going to get no better. And all these lies, what these new ones are saying, we're going to do this, I'm going to do that, they're going to do the fuck all. There's only one person that will look after you, and that is fucking you. God bless.